welcome to the channel. Today we are checking out the Lamtto DC16. It is a 4K front and 1080p rear, 5G Wi-Fi, loop recording, G sensor, 24-hour parking monitor, dash camera system that comes with a 64GB micro SD card. So we have a 170-degree field of view front camera and a 130-degree field of view rear camera. We have a 3-inch high-definition IPS LCD display screen, and it measures in at 89 millimeters by 51.5 millimeters by 16.5 millimeters. It has a built-in 200 milliamp battery for the 24-hour parking monitor feature, which triggers the video recording thanks to the built-in G sensor, and it will automatically save the front and the rear camera's video footage of the incident, and it will lock the videos so they cannot be accidentally erased unless you manually erase them. The crisp and clear 4K 3840 by 2160p front camera video is 170-degree wide-angle field of view, while the rear 1080p camera video is 130-degree wide-angle for a total field of view of 300 degrees. So it almost captures everything in its surroundings minus 30 degrees on each side, so you don't miss much. It is easy to install without any professional installation with the use of the window suction mount for the front and the double-sided sticky tape for the rear. So we have the 18-foot long rear camera connection cable, and we have the 10-foot long cigarette lighter power connection cable. Now we have the rear camera module with a 2-foot long connection cable, so that will make it 20 foot in total length for the rear camera. We have the front windshield suction cup mount, so simply slide it in to the main display front camera unit. Connect the power source and connect the rear camera cable connector, and hide the wires, and you are done with the installation. So we have the 3-inch high-definition IPS LCD display screen, and in the front the camera lens with ventilation holes. We have the power button, the mounting bracket, the audio video port for the rear camera, and the USB-C power port on the top. And on this side we have the microSD card slot, and a 64GB microSD card is provided, which is nice. We have the microphone hole and the reset button hole. And on the bottom we have the mode button, up, OK, down, and the menu buttons. So once it is powered on, it will begin recording. And we have the wide dynamic range icon, we have the video mode icon, the loop recording status icon, the parking monitor icon, the exposure value icon, the audio recording icon, and the G sensor icon. We have the Wi-Fi name and password, the date and time, the Wi-Fi status, the recording time, the resolution, the SD card, and the battery status icons. So here are the menu options. Now, since it records automatically, press OK to stop recording to get into the menu settings. So we have the resolution setting, the loop recording settings, the exposure settings, the WDR or the wide dynamic range to control overexposure and underexposure for the perfect brightness even at night to aid in the night vision. We have the record audio, the G sensor, the parking monitor setting, the rear camera mirror function, and the Wi-Fi settings. So connect to Wi-Fi from your phone with the VJuler app. Now there's more settings with the mode button or the menu button. So we have the date and time setting, language option, the frequency option, the screensaver option, the beep sound option, the switch sound option, the format SD card, and reset to default settings. Press the menu button to exit. And when not recording, press the mode button to play back, delete, or protect the recorded videos. Now, it is supposed to have a built-in 200 milliamp battery for use in the parking monitor mode, but the camera by itself does not turn on without it being connected to power. So the battery is only for the parking monitor. So it cannot be used as a portable camera by itself, unlike some of the other dash cameras, unless you connect it to a power source, like a power bank. Only then you can use it for an emergency portable video recording device. So turn the keys and it powers up and starts to record. Now, there is this annoying message that stays on for a while in the middle of the screen. It says, if Wi-Fi camera cannot be found, set it to 2.4 gigahertz band. So we have the full screen front camera and a picture-in-picture rear camera, and this format cannot be changed. Okay, so here goes the G sensor testing in action. So it is recording in red, normal recording. Now the recording has turned yellow. So it now locks the recording and it shows the recording in yellow for a little while and it changes back to red. Let's see how long it records. There you go. Okay, so the power has been off for about 5 minutes now. So let's check the parking monitor. Nothing. Nothing again. So let's slam the door. Nope. Nothing at all. So I'm not sure if it actually has a built-in battery like they say it does. So that is not working for me. So let's move on. So here is a screen recording of the Wi-Fi app, vDoer. Now it is set to the landscape mode at the moment, and it is showing the front camera view. So here is the rear camera view. Here's the front camera view once again. And here is the rear camera view once again. And here is the portrait mode. And here is the speedometer feature. And here is the GPS map feature. Back to the speedometer view. Now you can take a photo within the phone app. And you can also view the recorded footage in the folders icon in the grid view and in the timeline view. You can go into the camera settings from the app. Now, because you can view the rear camera view from within the app, you can actually use your phone as a backup camera when parking the car. Or when you are getting out from the parking space. Since the field of view is 130 degrees, you can see a wider angle than just from the rear view mirror. But notice the latency in the video. So make sure to back out slowly. Now, even while driving, there is some latency from the rear view camera, even though it is hardwired. So there is room for improvement here. Now the front camera view has zero issues with latency. Now here is an interesting idea. If you have an old car with a cigarette lighter plug with ignition bypass, or better yet, a power station with a cigarette lighter plug so as to not drain the car's battery, you can use this dash camera system as a security camera. Now you can monitor the front and the rear of the car with the Wi-Fi phone app if you are nearby for the Wi-Fi to work, or keep it recording continuously so you can view the recordings later if needed. So I tested it out and I walked away from the car, and the Wi-Fi signal is good for about 25 to 30 feet. Now remember, you can do this with any dash camera system. Yep, and it's only using 4 watts, maybe 5 watts at the most. So it doesn't use much at all. And you can always shut that screen off from being on. And without the screen on, it is still using 4 watts. Okay, so here is a recording of the front camera in 1080p. And here is the recording of that same drive from the rear camera, also in 1080p. Now the rear camera can only record in 1080p. Now here's a recording of the front camera in the higher 2K setting. And here is the recording of the same drive from the rear camera in 1080p. And now here is a recording of the front camera in 4K. And I don't think I really need to show you guys this, but here is a recording of that same drive from the rear camera in 1080p once again. Now here's a recording of the front camera in 1080p at 8 p.m. heading east. And here is the recording of that same drive from the rear camera. And now here is a recording of the front camera in 1080p heading west. And now here is the recording of that same drive from the rear camera. So as you can see, lighting has a lot to do with the performance of the wide dynamic range. So here is a recording in 1080p. So there's the car in the front. Now we're going to zoom in on the license plate of the car in front. Not the ideal lighting conditions, but you can read the plate numbers. Now here's a recording in 2K. So zooming in on the license plate of the car in front. No problems here. And here is a recording in 4K. Again, zooming in on the license plate of the car in front. Now, mind you, this video is uploaded or has been uploaded in 1080p. So the higher resolution video clips were actually downgraded to 1080p from their original resolutions. So there you have it, guys, the Lamtto DC16, the 4K front and 1080p rear dash camera system with the full screen front or rear camera view Wi-Fi phone app. So if you want to check it out for yourself, the link is down below. So I thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.